Hi guys, Tim on here, and today we're going to do some fishing, but first we're going to do something we haven't done on the channel yet, something I'm really excited about. We're going to do our very first review. We're going to do the Daiwa Revros LT series review. Now, you pick a product, and I know there are a ton of reviews out there for it, which is why I was kind of hesitant to get into reviews. There are people who've been fishing longer than me, with the equipment they've been using longer than I have, with more experience across different bodies of water. So I decided I wanted to do things a little bit differently. I'm only going to review things that I've been using for a while, so I feel confident in giving suggestions, because if you go online and you're looking for a review for something, and somebody tells you, okay, buy this, I want to be in full confidence that my recommendation to you was to the best of my abilities, and that if you don't like the reel, it wasn't for something I mentioned, it was for something else entirely, or a kayak. Those of you who are tuning into this for the very first time, welcome. I appreciate you being here. If you enjoy this review, please get subscribed because we got more coming. I'm going to review the Daiwa Revros, Regal, Legolas, Exceler, Fuego, and Tatula. All Daiwa reels I own. Spoiler alert, I think it's a good reel. As well as the Old Town Sportsman 106. I've owned that now for about 8 months, and I feel well qualified as a big guy to give a review from that perspective. I think you're going to find it quite insightful. But let's get to this reel. This is my third Daiwa Revros, so I mean, obviously I think it's a good reel, but there are a few things to know, pros and cons. This is a 1000 series. I own two 1000 series. I've owned a 2500 series and a 3000 series. Every manufacturer has a spec sheet, a selling point for their reel, like specs and things like that don't necessarily relate to the fishing itself, but they're on the package, so we're going to talk about it. All of these right here, that has the tough DigiGear, long-lasting ABS, ATD, and air rotor. Now we're going to talk about the DigiGear. Every Japanese reel I've used above $20 has had a precision brass cut gear. And I actually think that's important, because I'm not going to mention names, but on some of the cheaper $20, $30 price point reels, this coming in at $49.99, I've found that the gears are die-cast aluminum or die-cast steel or even poorly cut brass, and I think that lack of precision is what tends to cause a reel to wear excessively, other than not cleaning it. So that's actually the one thing that I would say on this reel, that at $50, often you can find them on sale for $40 if you have a Gander near you, is one of the main selling points for me on this reel. It has lasted. This is my newest one, but I have one that I've had for coming up on a year and a half, 2 years now, and it's not as smooth because I haven't cleaned it, but still very, very smooth, still holding up very well. Long cast ABS. It has to do with the design of the reel spool right here. It's supposed to reduce wind knots, increase your casting distance. Honestly, I can't tell a difference. I think it's just marketing. The ATD has to do with the drag. It's advanced tournament drag. And it's true, this is very good drag. I've found that on all of my Shimano and Daiwa reels, they have excellent drag. I'm not to say that Lew's and other companies don't, but that's what I have the most experience with. It's important that on a spinning reel, since it's typically going to be used for finesse, that you have smooth drag. You don't want it to catch and then release, catch and release. You want a nice smooth release of the line, because what happens is in that fluctuation, that either gives the fish a chance to get off, or your line might break, which when you're fishing with 4-pound line and you accidentally hook into a 2-pound bass, which I've done, you don't want that. I found that the drag on my Tatula all the way down to my Revros, all great. I can't recommend that enough if drag is something that you're looking for. And then we have the air rotor design. Honestly, to me, it's marketing. They're really proud of the composite they use in their LT series, which stands for light and tough. But it's a solid reel. It holds up. Not a lot of flex in the rotor. The bail comes back quickly. I've found that on some cheaper reels, that whenever you do that, it'll push past that point and it'll keep the bail up. This hasn't happened on this. Hasn't happened on my Tatula. I think that's something Daiwa has down pat. Now, LT stands for light and tough, and this is going to bring us to one of the cons of this reel, and that on the 3000 series specifically, and I'd imagine the 4000 and 5000 series, this neck is a lot longer, and the tough composite they use in this, it's a carbon composite. It flexes. Now, I've caught almost 3-pound bass, a 4.5-pound catfish on my Regal 3000, and I noticed the flex when I'm reeling, especially on certain rods. Like, I hate to admit it, but my 13 fishing Omen rod, if you pair it with that, the point of contact on that neck is pretty small, and you can feel it creaking and flexing. Have I lost a fish from it? No. Do I think the neck is going to break? No. But it is a distraction. It is something I've definitely noticed. So if you're looking for like a striper or a catfish or a heavy bass rod, like if you fish down in Texas and you need a strong reel, I'm not sure I would recommend the Revros 3000 or the Regal for that matter for that application. It does have a lot of flex. I know that the Lew's Mach 2, it has an all aluminum frame and it's still relatively light. You might want to look into that. Or if you're dumb like me and you like spending ridiculous amounts on gear that doesn't match your skill set, go with the Tatula. No flex in that whatsoever. But maybe before you go out and buy, stay tuned to the channel, because we're also going to do the reviews, as I said, on the Regal, the Legolas, the XLR, the Fuego, and then finally the Tatula, which, spoiler alert, is my favorite. I have a 1000 and a 3000 series of the Tatula. But things I've noticed about this, I like the handles. On all of the Daiwa, Revros, Regals, so on, they have machined aluminum handles and they're solid. They come with little washers in there that you can put right here to kind of extend or shorten the grip. It fishes well both left and right-handed. It's smooth. There's nothing really to complain about. Let's go over a few of the specs on the box. This might help you decide if this is the reel for you. Now this is the newest version. My other two are the oldest version. And on the 2000 and 2500 series, they changed the spool depth. They made the 2000 and 2500 a little bit more shallow, which is a pro and a con in of itself. If you're fishing with anywhere between 4 and 10 pound line, that's a pro. You don't need 180, 200 yards of line on your reel. If you're trying to fish with anything higher than that, you might want to consider getting the 3000 series. But now this is just the LT 1000. If you get any of these and they have CXH after them, that stands for a higher gear ratio. This one, and most that don't have the CXH denomination or the D, have 5.2 to 1, which is your standard spinning reel speed. This one right here weighs 7.4 ounces. It's not extremely light. The Regal, I think, weighs 6.7, and the Tatula is even lighter than that, but this is not a heavy reel. You can fish with this all day, walk up and down some creeks, fish from the back of your buddy's boat. You're not going to get fatigued. It's a light reel. 7.4 ounces isn't much. Even on the 1000 series, it has 11 pounds of drag, and the 3000 series has all the way up to 22 pounds of drag, which I think is ridiculous. The circumference of the handle here is 64 centimeters, which I have pretty big hands. I find it quite comfortable to reel. And my son, he can sit on my lap. He's only 1 year old, and he can sit here and play with it and try to turn it, and he doesn't seem to struggle very much either. So I think this is an acceptable length for a handle on a reel this size. Now, this has 4 ball bearings, and I don't think that's a problem on a reel this price point, really. It's smooth. It has remained smooth. I know that you're missing a ball bearing here, which a lot of people really like that, the free spinning spool, but I've never noticed it to catch or stick. It's very smooth. But one thing to consider, and this will be addressed in my Regal and my comparison videos, the Regal, for $10 more, has 9 ball bearings, one of which is in the handle, and it is held up extremely well. And I think you'll just have to stay tuned for the next review where we compare the two to decide which one is better for you. I think at $40, when you find this thing on sale, pick it up. Don't hesitate. It's an amazing $40 reel. At $50, I think it comes into contention with the Regal, and that's something we'll have to address. Now, I see a bunch of fish busting behind me. We're at Wolf Creek. This is, if you're an OG, you've been here since day one, you'll know this is the place where I filmed my very first fishing video. So I'm kind of excited to get out here and try to catch a couple of fish. I've brought my my stuff with me, and we're going to tie on, see if we can't catch something real quick. And by the way, if you're watching this and you're wondering, hey Tim, if this is your first time watching, keep watching. And if you've been around the channel, Tim, what about the giveaway? Well, we got that right here. You're just gonna have to keep on watching to find out. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's try to catch some fish. We are back at a spot you may recognize if you've been around the channel for a while. And I know there are some pretty big sunfish in here. So I switched back to the light rod. And while I was at it, I went ahead and spooled up with 4-pound braid, just so we could have 2 different perspectives of 2 different lines. And that's what I'm accustomed to. This water's pretty clear. I got polarized lenses on so I can see the bottom. The thing is this right here is about 3 or 4 feet deep, but there's 2 feet of looks like hydrilla. There we go. We're on. Oh, Oh my gosh. Oh, what a delight. Look at that. Wow. That's a good 6 or 7 inches, man. That's a healthy fish too. Got him right in that lower jaw. Let go of my trout magnet, buddy. There we go. Look at that beautiful fish. Absolute delight on this Daiwa Revro. There we go, buddy. I think what I might do at some point, I got my bass gear with me. I might tie on a bass lure just to make this reel and this rod fight out of their weight class, so we can get a perspective or an idea of what you might be able to look forward to if you accidentally hooked into a pretty decent bass. But first, let's catch a couple more sunfish. Oh my gosh, there's a little one. They fight so hard though. Oh, it's a little warmouth. Hey buddy, how's it going, man? Oh, you're so, oh, please don't spine me. Please don't spine me. Open your mouth and I'll get that hook out of your mouth, okay? There we go. There we go. Look at that. Chunky. Okay, let's get you home. Okay, so to improve our odds of potentially catching a bass, I put on this little 2-inch curly tail grub. This is a Big Bite Baits fat grub in Tennessee shad. I think this will be good for catching just about anything that swims in here. I've got this on a 1/32 ounce jig head, I think. Oh, there's a decent bass. Let's see if we can get him interested in this. Looks like we could. Oh, he's not very big, but on this kind of tackle, it's a blast all the same. And here we go. Beautiful fish. All right, buddy, going home. Nice. I'd like to catch pretty, you know, like a 10 or 11 incher, so I can really test out this drag. I have my drag set pretty generously, so it should be able to pull if we get a sizable fish on there. Oh my gosh. Listen to that drag, guys. Oh, he's in the grass. Oh. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at him. This one goes out to right here. Yeah, that's a good 8 inches. Get that grass out of your mouth, man. Sorry. Hey, let go. There we go. Look at that gorgeous fish. That's insane. Oh, I'm having so much fun, guys. You know what? I love bass fishing. I do, especially competitively, because I'm a competitive person and I just love pushing myself to improve. But this, to me, is just as much fun. And I think, swinging back to why we're doing this video, the Daiwa Revros, if you can get it on sale for $40, don't hesitate. Now, for $49, I still think it's a great reel. But I've got a video coming up, probably be the next video or the second to next video that you see, why I think maybe you might want to consider a different reel. Come on. And we're on. Oh my gosh. Listen to that drag. Oh man, he's fighting so hard and went straight into the grass. Oh man, it's a warmouth. No wonder he's fighting so hard. Look at him. Oh my gosh, he just annihilated it. Yep, another 8 incher. Gotta get this out of your mouth, bud. I don't want to get it down into your gill plate. There we go. Didn't even make him bleed. Look at the freaking colors on this guy. So, guys, let me know. Is this a warmouth? I think it's a warmouth because of the big mouth, but he's got that blue ear and the iridescent blue. He might be a hybrid. Let me know down in the comments. All right, one more cast, and then we're going to address that giveaway. Okay, everybody. So, I'm going to take a short break. We're having a lot of fun catching panfish during our Daiwa River review. But a couple of videos ago, I re-announced I was going to give away $50 worth of crappie and panfish fishing kit. If you haven't seen that video where we go to Gander and we pick out $50 worth of tackle and see if we can go find some fish, I recommend watching it. It was a good time. But what I did is I entered everybody who said they wanted to go pan fishing into a Word document, numbered them 1 through 31, because that's how many people said they wanted to, and then uses a random number generator to pick the person. Because if it was up to me and I had the money, I'd go buy 31 kits and give them away to all you. You guys are great. But that number came up with Vic Johnson. Yeah, hold on, let me make sure I have that right. Vic Johnson, you were the guy who came up. So if you see this video, yeah, Vic Johnson. If you're the guy who sees this video and you want to get a hold of me at timhahnfishing@gmail.com. Let me know it's you. I'm going to verify it's you guys. Don't try to scam it or anything. I'll figure it out, and it's just poor sportsmanship. But if you entered and you're discouraged, I wouldn't give up just yet. I got a little bit something special to show you at the end of the video and re-energize your hopes. Wink, wink. So don't worry about it. But Vic Johnson, you got this one. You got this kit right here. And everyone else, keep watching to the end. I think you might think it's worth it. Let's catch a few more fish. So we've announced our giveaway winner. And like I said, if you didn't win, don't get discouraged. Not only do I have a special little surprise at the end of this video for you, but I tend to give a lot of things away on the channel because I just like to do that. That's my thing. I'm a generous person, and when I can afford to give, I do. Plus, I love fishing. And if I can get other people interested in fishing or help encourage their fishing, why wouldn't I? God, that drag is so smooth. Oh, he's all the way in that grass. Come on, bud. I don't know if he's coming out. Yep, he is. Listen, that drag is so smooth. Honestly, I think I'm a Daiwa reel guy. I sold all of my Shimano's, all of my Lew's, all of my 13 fishing reels, and I loved my 13 fishing Concept Z. I sold both my Abu Garcias, and I got Tatula everything. So I'm a Daiwa guy. This is definitely a biased review, but they all have things I don't like about them, and I'm trying to make that transparent. These warmouth are so aggressive. But I genuinely think that for $40 or $49, depending if you can catch it on sale, the Daiwa Revros might be the best sub $50 reel you can get. Now, I think it's a contender with the Regal. I think the Regal might be better, and we're going to do a full review on that. But the Revros is definitely an amazing reel. Oh, that's weird. I have 2 identical fishing kits in here. I wonder what that's all about. Wink, wink. But what I do have right here in my bass fishing kit is this small frog. I'm going to try to get a topwater blow up with 4-pound test and a light action rod on this itty bitty frog. Just for fun. This is a fun day. I'm enjoying this review. This is my first review, guys. I would love tips. Like if there was something you thought that I should have mentioned, or I should mention about reels in general and I didn't. If there's something that you felt like other people don't mention that should be mentioned, or if there's something else you want to see reviewed, and it's in my price range, of course, let me know. I would love to do more reviews. We got a review coming on the Sportsman 106. And all the other Daiwa reels I own. I'm thinking about doing some rod reviews too. Okay, this is gonna be so stupid. I don't know why I'm doing this, guys, but I really hope you enjoy it. Oh man. The thing is I want to make this reel fight out of its weight class, and I know a really good way to do it. There we go. No way. We did it. Oh, it's not even a bass. Oh my gosh. If that's not the biggest warmouth I've ever seen. He might be, he's definitely 9. He could be 10. I don't think so. Would you guys believe it? Look at that. That's a thumbnail right there. The Daiwa Regal, or Daiwa Revros, yeah, it punches out of its weight class, no doubt. There we go. All right, buddy. Let's send you on home. You know what? The one was something cool. I found this little frog on the boat dock over at Heron Lake. Like, I didn't even buy this thing. I just saw it as I was gonna throw it away, but it seemed to be in good condition. You know, I don't like to leave trash, but I was just gonna throw it away. But I was like, yeah, why not? We'll throw it in the box. So that little lure has had its second chance at life, and it's become part of the Tim Hahn Fishing channel. Let's get a thumbs up for recycling found baits, shall we? Oh my God. Jeez. My heart. Another warmouth? Are we even gonna catch a bass? Like, these warmouth are so mean. I guess maybe that's why they're called warmouth. There we go. Awesome. All right, buddy. See you later. This is so much fun. I'm glad you guys are here with me. You know, if you're enjoying this video, I'm glad. Hold on a second. If you're enjoying this video, I'm super glad because I'm having a blast. Maybe consider getting subscribed. Check out some of my other videos. Go down, leave me a comment, hit like, you know, the YouTube stuff. There we go. Oh, it's a bass too. Oh my gosh. Oh, I think he got you guys. Oh, you got a nose piercing now, buddy. What'd you do that for? Okay. All right, man. Oh, and away he goes. All right, so I'm gonna pack up and I'm gonna meet you guys back at the table and we're gonna discuss this reel one more time. We're gonna wrap things up. All right, guys, it's getting dark. We are back at the picnic table. Let's wrap this thing up. The Daiwa Revros 1000 series. I also own the 25 and 3000 series. What do I think? Pros, it's light. At $49.99, it's a compelling price argument for the feature set. It's very smooth, both drag and retrieve, and it casts very well. The cons for the 1000 and 2000 series is that the spool, it's fairly shallow. You're going to want to limit yourself to 2 or 4 pound mono or 4, 6, 8 pound braid. But really at a 1000 and 2000 size reel, that's probably what you should be using anyway. On the 2500 and 3000 series, the neck's longer, obviously it's a bigger reel, and there is some flex there. On bigger fish, I've hooked in a couple big catfish and a couple big bass where I noticed there was flex when I was reeling in the rod or reeling in the fish. It doesn't really bother me, but if it's going to bother you, or if you're fishing for like stripers, wipers, big cats, or big bass, if you think that flex is going to bother you, if you want that rigidity, and I understand why you would, I would consider a different reel. But at $50, I think this is the sort of thing to be expected. Now, let's talk price. At $49.99, this is only $10 less than a Daiwa Regal. And if you've been considering that, I would suggest watching my Daiwa Regal review that's going to be coming out in a little bit and consider them both. At $40 though, you can catch it on sale at Gander pretty frequently. It's an amazing reel. If you were thinking about this reel, make the purchase. I think you're going to like it. Vic Johnston, buddy, I'm happy for you. Don't forget to get a hold of me. But I think I want to turn this over to somebody else. There's a gentleman on YouTube. He's a friend of mine. He does reviews of budget series stuff, and he loves his vintage stuff. As a matter of fact, he owned the original Daiwa Regal. I love his review style. I'm talking about none other than Willie at Wanna Go Fishing. So let's go ahead. Let's get this reel boxed up and get this sent over to him. I want to see what he has to say about this video. I'm going to link his channel down in the pinned comment below. If you want to see his review, and trust me, I think you do, go ahead and swing on over there, check it out. Hey Willie, heads up.
Oh, hey Tim. Huh?
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Willie, I am so sorry, buddy. I'll tell you what. Willie, do me a favor. Since I hit you in the head with your tackle,
Tim.
could you do me a favor and give this away to one of your subscribers for me?
Oh. I'm having flashbacks of Black Friday at Bass Pro Shops. All right, well, let's go in and look at this.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Tim Hunt out.